What would it take for one of the most iconic American companies to turn its back on the United States? What would drive Coca-Cola, the red and white symbol of American capitalism, patriotism, and soft power, to walk away from its home of over 130 years? It's not fiction. It's not a hypothetical. It's happening. And the world is watching. In a stunning move that has sent shockwaves through Wall Street, Main Street, and Pennsylvania Avenue, Coca-Cola is reportedly preparing to relocate its global headquarters and operational base outside of the United States. This is not just another business decision. This is a seismic shift. A company that survived the Great Depression, World War II, the Cold War, and globalization is now packing its bags because of aluminum tariffs. Under President Donald Trump's aggressive protectionist policies, designed to bolster U.S. industry through sweeping tariffs on aluminum, sweeteners, and other key imports. Coca-Cola's finely tuned global supply chain has been turned upside down. For CEO James Quincey, the math simply stopped adding up. So now, Coca-Cola is planning something unthinkable, leaving Atlanta, Georgia, its historic home, behind. Before you say it's just another business cutting costs, think again. This move challenges the entire narrative of what it means to be a global brand in a nationalistic world. If Coca-Cola can walk away from America, who's next? Apple? Ford? Pfizer? Let's break it down. Aluminum. One simple input. Billions of cans every year. But Trump's import duties sent prices soaring, turning each can into a cost liability. And it's not just aluminum. Sweeteners from Latin America. Tariffed. Flavorings from Asia. Tariffed. Machinery and marketing services crossing borders. You guessed it, tariffed. The global web that once gave Coca-Cola unmatched efficiency has now become an expensive liability. And absorbing those costs long-term would mean one of two things. Major price hikes that alienate consumers, or massive hits to profit margins that scare away investors. Neither is sustainable. Quincey was clear, trying to run a global beverage empire from a country knee-deep in tariff wars puts Coca-Cola at a competitive disadvantage. And so, the company is now reportedly exploring relocation options. Germany, the Netherlands, Switzerland, even Singapore, and the UAE are on the table. But let's not gloss over what this means. Coca-Cola leaving the United States isn't just about taxes and tariffs. It's a symbolic rupture. It's an economic divorce from the very nation that birthed the brand, made it a global icon, and embedded it into the DNA of the American dream. From World War II soldiers sharing a Coke on the front lines to Cold War TV ads selling liberty in a bottle, Coca-Cola has always been more than a drink. It was a message. A mood. A movement. And now, that movement is moving. But what happens next? What happens to the tens of thousands of Americans employed by Coca-Cola across over 50 facilities, bottling plants, research labs, corporate offices, distribution centers? What happens to the small towns built around those plants? What happens to the universities that received Coca-Cola funding for food science and sustainability research? What happens to American soft power when its most iconic symbol decides the US is no longer the best place to do business? This is not just about trade policy. This is about the soul of American capitalism. Tariffs were supposed to protect jobs and revive industries. But in this case, they may have driven out a crown jewel of American enterprise. And here's the kicker, Coca-Cola isn't alone. Multinationals across sectors, automotive, tech, pharmaceuticals, are watching this closely. If Coca-Cola can't thrive in a protectionist US economy, why would they think they can? So, let's ask the real questions. Are US tariffs creating a stronger economy, or are they pushing away the very companies that drive growth, innovation, and employment? Can tax breaks and subsidies keep companies loyal when global logistics and profitability are on the line? What happens to a country's credibility when companies see more opportunity abroad than at home? PepsiCo, Coca-Cola's chief rival, now faces a golden opportunity. As Coca-Cola sheds its American skin, Pepsi might double down, branding itself as the patriotic alternative. Still made in America. That kind of messaging could win hearts, even if it doesn't win on flavor. And for smaller craft soda brands and niche beverage makers, this might be their breakout moment. If Coca-Cola's identity becomes more globalist and less local hero, the field is wide open for disruption. Meanwhile, Coca-Cola's transition won't be easy. It has to unwind thousands of US-based contracts, relocate its workforce, or let them go, build entirely new supply chains, and ensure compliance with new regulatory regimes. European countries might offer stable trade and logistics, but their environmental and labor regulations are far more stringent. The company will need to rethink sustainability, reformulate products, and recalibrate marketing strategies to align with its new cultural surroundings. In Germany, for example, Coca-Cola might need to invest more in less sugary, botanical-infused beverages. In Asia, functional drinks with herbal or wellness themes may take the lead. In the Middle East, packaging, branding, and even product formulation might change to reflect local customs and norms. This is not just a move. It's a metamorphosis. And don't forget the data. Moving marketing algorithms, consumer databases, and proprietary formulas to new servers comes with massive cybersecurity and legal challenges. European data laws like GDPR are notoriously strict. The legal and technical teams at Coca-Cola are undoubtedly working around the clock to make this move both safe and compliant. But let's not miss the forest for the trees. Coca-Cola's move will reshape the entire international business landscape. The countries that land this corporate behemoth gain more than jobs and taxes, they gain influence. Coca-Cola becomes a diplomatic asset, a soft power tool, a card to play in trade negotiations with Washington. And what about investors? Surprisingly, the market has reacted with cautious optimism. While the short-term costs of such a move are significant, relocation, severance packages, contract buyouts, the long-term logic is compelling. A stable trade environment, diversified investor base, and access to fast-growing markets offer Coca-Cola a better runway for the future. Listing on exchanges in Frankfurt or Tokyo could attract institutional investors who prioritize sustainability, governance, and long-term growth. But the emotional cost? That's harder to measure. For Americans who grew up seeing Coca-Cola as a symbol of national pride, this feels like a betrayal. Like watching your hometown hero move overseas for a better paycheck. And that emotional undercurrent, loss, frustration, disbelief, will play out in consumer behavior, political rhetoric, and even educational funding gaps in US institutions. It raises a provocative question: is corporate loyalty to a nation a thing of the past? And if so, what replaces it? Economic pragmatism, political neutrality, cultural fluidity. As Coca-Cola navigates this tectonic shift, its leadership must redefine what the brand stands for. No longer America in a bottle, will Coca-Cola embrace a new identity as a stateless global citizen? Will that resonate with the world's next billion consumers? Or will it backfire in an age of rising nationalism and local-first sentiment? This is the defining business story of our time. One that touches on inflation, tariffs, job security, global diplomacy, branding, and the future of capitalism itself. So, what do you think? Is Coca-Cola making the right move? Are US trade policies to blame? Or is this just the new normal in an era where borders matter less than balance sheets? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If this story shocked you, or opened your eyes to the hidden mechanics of global trade, smash that like button and share this video with someone who still thinks Made in America means what it used to. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world, from corporate mega moves to the economic undercurrents driving today's headlines. This is not just about soda. This is about power, politics, and the price of doing business in a divided world. The world is changing. Are you watching? Thanks for being here. We'll see you in the next one.